Tardigrade. This microscopic creature can survive conditions that would instantly kill almost every known life form. It does this by entering a state called cryptobiosis, where its body shuts down almost completely, losing nearly all water and becoming a dry, lifeless husk. Here's where it gets interesting. It can survive extreme radiation, freezing temperatures close to absolute zero, and heat that would boil most organisms alive. Scientists have even exposed it to the vacuum of space, and it came back to life like nothing happened. This matters because it proves survival doesn't always mean strength. Sometimes it means enduring the impossible. If Earth were wiped clean, this tiny, almost invisible animal could still be here, waiting. Goblin Shark. This deep-sea predator looks like something that should have gone extinct with the dinosaurs, but it's still alive, hunting in the dark. Its most terrifying feature is its protruding jaw, which can shoot forward like a spring-loaded weapon to snatch prey in milliseconds. But here's the catch. This jaw extension can reach nearly the length of its own skull, turning its entire face into a living trap. Living hundreds of meters below the surface, where sunlight never reaches, it relies on electroreception to detect tiny electrical signals from other animals. This matters because in total darkness, vision becomes useless, and only the most specialized hunters survive. It's not fast, not strong, but perfectly built for a world that should be unlivable. Immortal Jellyfish. This animal can literally reverse its own aging process and start life over again. When injured or stressed, it transforms its adult cells back into a younger state through a process called transdifferentiation. And this is where things get extreme. It doesn't just heal, it resets its entire life cycle, turning back into a juvenile form and growing again. This cycle can repeat indefinitely under the right conditions. To put this in perspective, humans age forward with no escape, but this creature moves backward through time like it's breaking the rules of biology. This matters because it challenges the idea that death is inevitable for all life. In theory, this small, fragile organism could outlive entire civilizations. Star-nosed mole. This animal has one of the strangest and most sensitive faces in the animal kingdom. Its nose is covered with 22 fleshy tentacles packed with over 25,000 sensory receptors, making it one of the most touch-sensitive organs ever recorded. But here is where it gets wild. It can identify and eat prey in under 0.25 seconds, making it one of the fastest eaters on Earth. Living in dark, muddy tunnels, it cannot rely on sight, so its nose acts like a high-speed scanner, constantly mapping its environment. This matters because in a world with no visibility, speed and precision decide survival. It doesn't hunt with strength or sight, but with pure sensory overload, turning darkness into an advantage. Pistol shrimp. This small ocean creature generates a force so powerful it rivals industrial machinery. It snaps its specialized claw so fast that it creates a cavitation bubble, which collapses with a shockwave hotter than the surface of the sun for a brief moment. What makes this more impressive? The snap reaches speeds over 60 miles per hour, faster than most bullets in water, and produces a sound loud enough to stun or kill prey instantly. It doesn't rely on size or teeth, but on physics turned into a weapon. This matters because in the ocean, raw power often comes from unexpected places. A creature barely the size of your hand can unleash a blast strong enough to dominate its environment. Axolotl. This animal can regenerate entire limbs, organs, and even parts of its brain without scarring. It does this by reactivating developmental genes that most animals lose after birth, essentially regrowing body parts as if starting from scratch. But here's the thing that makes them so fascinating. It can regrow the same limb multiple times, perfectly, with bones, muscles, and nerves fully restored. Unlike humans, where injuries leave permanent damage, this creature resets itself with precision. This matters because it represents a level of biological repair that science is still struggling to understand. It doesn't just survive injury, it erases it, as if damage never happened. By the way, if you're finding this video as wild as I am, I post content like this regularly. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe and leave a comment with your thoughts on this video. It genuinely helps. Thanks. Anglerfish. This deep-sea hunter survives in a world where sunlight has never existed. It uses a glowing lure filled with bioluminescent bacteria to attract prey directly into its mouth. But here's the catch. Its stomach can stretch to swallow animals nearly its own size, turning every encounter into a potential final meal. The males are even more disturbing. permanently attaching themselves to the female's body and fusing into her bloodstream, becoming nothing more than a living sperm source. This matters because in the deep sea, survival means eliminating uncertainty. Every adaptation is extreme. Every strategy is permanent. It is not just hunting, it is ensuring nothing goes to waste. Icefish. This Antarctic fish survives in water so cold it should freeze its blood solid. It has no hemoglobin, the protein that gives blood its red color and carries oxygen in most animals. But here is where it gets wild. Its blood is completely transparent, flowing like a ghostly liquid through its body. It produces antifreeze proteins that stop ice crystals from forming inside its tissues. This matters because it breaks one of the basic rules of life: oxygen transport without red blood cells. In an environment that kills most organisms instantly, it thrives by rewriting its own biology. Fangtooth Fish. This deep-sea predator has teeth so large they don't even fit inside its mouth. Its fangs can grow so long that special pockets in its skull are needed just to close its jaws. To put this in perspective, imagine teeth the size of kitchen knives packed into a head no bigger than your fist. Living thousands of meters below the surface, it survives on scarce prey, striking with precision in total darkness. This matters because when food is rare, every opportunity must count, and missing a meal could mean death. It is built for a single purpose: to catch and hold, no matter what. Bombardier Beetle. This small insect carries a built-in chemical weapon system that functions like a biological cannon. Inside its body, it stores two separate chemicals that mix only when threatened, triggering a violent reaction that sprays boiling liquid at nearly 100 degrees Celsius. Here's how insane this is. The explosion happens in rapid pulses, allowing it to fire multiple times with precise aim. Predators that attempt to eat it are met with a burning, toxic blast directly to the face. This matters because survival is not always about running or hiding. Sometimes it is about overwhelming force in a body barely the size of a coin. Glass frog. This rainforest amphibian has skin so transparent you can see its internal organs, including its beating heart. It lives in trees, blending perfectly with leaves, its body almost invisible from below. What makes this more impressive, it can control the visibility of its blood, hiding red blood cells in its liver while resting to become even more transparent. This reduces shadows and makes it nearly impossible for predators to detect. This matters because in a dense jungle full of threats, disappearing completely is the ultimate defense. It survives not by fighting, but by vanishing in plain sight. Shoebill Stork. This massive bird looks like something from a prehistoric world, standing over 4 feet tall, with a wingspan that can reach 8 feet, nearly the width of a small car. Its huge beak is shaped like a wooden clog and functions like a crushing tool, capable of snapping through fish, reptiles, and even small crocodiles. But here's the thing that makes them so fascinating. It can stand completely motionless for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike with explosive speed. This matters because patience becomes a weapon, turning stillness into deadly precision. It is a silent hunter, a living reminder of a time when nature was even more brutal. If you loved witnessing the impossible, subscribe and comment your favorite creature. It helps me bring even crazier content your way.